Hey guys, welcome to CAT to CET Mentors. I have been actually waiting for this report to be out. I've been talking to my students out there in IIM Ahmedabad, and I was actually waiting for this report to be out officially from IIM Ahmedabad side. The summer placement 2020 report is finally out, and trust me, it's mind blowing. I want you guys to kind of stick to me for like around about 6 to 7 minutes from now onwards, and I'm going to walk you through the entire process of summer placements for IIM Ahmedabad, and we're also going to talk about what sort of companies came on campus and what sort of offers were made to the students. So let's begin. Now, have a look at this. So IIM Ahmedabad, this is the audited report. So the first thing that we should be making a note of is 19 international internships were offered actually. Okay, so you've got 19 international placements wherein you can work in Australia, France, Singapore, and other parts of the world. Now, this is something really interesting because getting 19 international offers is a big thing in itself. So that's number one. Now, let's understand this, okay? Number one, when you talk about the COVID-19 scenario, okay, and you might talk about as far as the offer getting on hold is concerned. So, again, so we are not really sure if the summer placements offer have been, there on the hold or not, but then the final placements offer have been couple of offers have been revoked by a couple of companies. But again, when we talk about the brand value, I'm saying that this is might get a little bit delayed, but then this is the power of the brand that we can actually think about. So this is an exception because the COVID is happening this year, and that's this is an exception. But again, you can understand, like, if at all you make it to IIM Ahmedabad, what you can actually expect in your summers in IIM Ahmedabad. So BCG, as always, is one of the largest recruiter on the campus. They offer around about 23 offers to students. Summer placement process for 2021, 3 clusters. So actually IIM Ahmedabad, what happens in IIM Ahmedabad is basically we go ahead with the cluster. So we do not go with for example, I am Calcutta, I have got students in Calcutta. They say that, so we have got day negative, then day 0, then day 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth. But then IIM Ahmedabad, what we do is basically we go cluster wise. So we will invite companies based on the similarity of profiles, and as a reason, then we club all the companies or all the sort of profiles in one cluster. So cluster 1 might be something to do with the BFSI and investment banking sort of profiles. Cluster 2 can be predominantly for the consulting domain for IT and e-commerce. Cluster 3 might be something to do with the consulting, or cluster 4 might be FMCG and other banking roles. So it changes yearly basis. So this is how the cluster would look like, and this is how the cluster would work actually. Now, something which is really interesting that you all should take a note of, something called as dream application. Now, dream application is a fabulous concept that IIM Ahmedabad runs. It means if you are a student and you've been placed in, let's say you've been placed in HUL, okay, let's say you've been placed in HUL, and you have a dream company coming on campus, which is, let's just say you wanted to get into BCG. Now you already have an offer in your hand. Can you actually go ahead and sit for the interview of BCG? The answer is yes, you can definitely do so. That's called as dream application. Okay, this happens during summers also. This happens during finals also. That's the beauty of IIM Ahmedabad, giving people chance to kind of go for a couple of companies even after holding the offer in hand. Now, this is something you can go through. 390 students, how many of them opted for placement and how many of them did not opt for placement, sort of thing. Now let's move ahead. So this is the sector wise classification as far as the summers are concerned. So if you look at the BFSI sector, around about 77. But again, as IIM Ahmedabad is really famous for, which is consulting. So consulting is something that dominates over here. 131 offers from consulting sector. Now when you talk about the consulting sector, these are the prima facie consulting roles. Definitely, when you talk about the sector wise, then the consulting roles can be differently segregated towards the other sectors, right? If you look at FMCG 55, so this is number 1. So consulting is number 1, BFSI number 2, then you have FMCG number 3, then you have conglomerates number 4. Conglomerates are basically Reliance and all that stuff, Aditya Birla. I'm anyway going to walk you through with that. This is the sector wise classification. Then you have function wise classification. So when you talk about consulting, and when you talk about business development, when you talk about e-commerce and so on and so forth, again, if you look at 129 offers made to the consulting domain, finance 81, that's the second largest. Third largest, marketing and sales. So marketing and sales are different basically. So certain profiles are in sales, wherein definitely you're working on the revenue. The marketing is basically, you can talk about the strategy, something to do with that, business development sort of stuff. So that's what you have. Then you have got product management. So this is for companies who are into the products like Amazon ho gaya, Google ho gaya, all sort of companies that you can talk about. Strategy only two. Now this is the core strategy work that we're talking about. Okay, this is the core strategy work that we're talking about. So this is what the classification function was. Now let's move ahead. So this is a domestic kind of classification, but I think you all will be interested in this. So 19 placements were given for the international roles. Middle East 6, Singapore 6, Hong Kong 2, France 2, Australia 2. That's okay. So I'm not going to kind of dwell on this. Okay, let's have a look at the recruiters list. Management consulting. This is where lot of students would definitely die to get into. IIM Ahmedabad has always been and will be known for consulting. So if you look at, you name a consulting giant and it's there on IIM Ahmedabad campus. So right from BCG being the highest recruiter. So you've got BCG, you've got Accenture, you've got McKinsey, you've got Bain & Company, you've got A.T. Kearney, you've got KPMG, you've got General Electrics coming on the campus, right? All these companies, all the companies from consulting domain, all the biggies you will see on the campus. Then you talk about something which is general management. This is GM. Now, as I said, general management roles are pretty cool. I will be having a session on it. So Aditya Birla Group is there, then Mahindra is there, Reliance is there, TAS, which is Tata Administrative Services, also there. So this is where you will be ending up for your summers to get an idea. And trust me, this is like what we are currently talking about. All these are PPO oriented companies. So this is where you can actually expect to convert your summer internship into final offers. All right, now let's talk about investment banking, one of my favorite. We have all the biggies, man. Okay, so Nomura has started coming on campus. You've got BOA, that's Merrill Lynch, Goldman Sachs. This is like what people really want to get into. Goldman, JP Morgan, HSBC, Citi, Credit Suisse. Credit Suisse gives pretty good profile. Even Goldman, for that matter, gives a damn good profile. BFSI, which is American Express. But it's a little bit different. When you talk about the investment banking, predominantly markets that you're talking about. So you're talking about the front end profiles. You are basically not talking about the back end profiles. But when you talk about BFSI, American Express, we can sort of talk about roles which is like maybe strategy, maybe financial markets, or it may be team management, something that sort. Then you have a niche profile, PE and VC. If you've been following me from last 1 year, if you've seen my videos, I'll tell you from last 2 to 3 years. Okay, IIM Ahmedabad predominantly has been the hottest destination for private equity and venture capital firms. I'm not kidding. So if you talk about which college later on, so IIM Calcutta comes after IIM Ahmedabad, but somehow IIM A and IIM C has been the hottest destination for all the PEs and the VCs. Now we can look at all these companies. You might have not heard about them, right? So many companies might be new to you, and that's where it's because these are the PEs and the VCs. They work. They do not kind of believe in coming in limelight all the time. So these are the people who will fund big companies and are trying to make startups the next billionaire sort of a companies. So PEs and VCs, if you're somebody who's really keen on it, let's just say if you're a CA or if you're a CFA, maybe you are a CMA or whatever, like CPA, and if you're really gunning for these sort of cool profiles, then IIM A, B, C is the place, buddy. Okay, fine. So sales and marketing, you have all the FMCGs, fast moving consumer goods. You've got all the FMCG, all the biggies out here, Coke, General Mills, HUL, ITC. You name a company and you will see it here. Marico, do I see here? No, I don't see, but you've got Nestle and P&G. That's fair enough. Retail B2B and B2C, that's Amazon, Cloudtail, Flipkart, Udaan. So this is where you can talk about the sales and marketing. You remember I gave you one, on the one slide we discussed about it. So this is your sales kind of thing. Consumer take is Adobe, Microsoft, Ola, product-based companies. Okay, so what do you have? So, so this is the final kind of a snapshot of the placement. Excuse me for that. This is the kind of a snapshot. Let's have a look at it. What does it say? BCG, top recruiter, no doubt about that. That's 23 offers. Highest of all, mere khayal se. HSBC made 7 offers. Has to be IB. No more extended 8 offers. BFSI plus IB. Avendus Capital got to be consulting. FinIQ consulting. HUL 14 students, looks good. Amazon was the top recruiter in the retail B2B and B2C cohort, making 10 offers to students. Okay, fair enough. Microsoft was round about 8 offers. Okay, 33 of the 386 students participating in the summer placement process were offered consulting role. 21% of the batch was offered finance roles and 90% of the batch was offered sales and marketing. So it's clear cut. Consulting number 1, okay, finance number 2, and marketing number 3 as far as IIM Ahmedabad is concerned. So guys, ये ध्यान में रखना, ये मतलब fit it in your mind that this is the This is what, because students keep on asking me, sir, bata do kaun sa acha hai, IMA is good for what? So this is what it is, and I think it's a fabulous number. It is that the numbers have not been shared by the college itself, and I will also not be sharing those placement numbers as far as the packages are concerned. But trust me, it's a great thing, and that's the reason if you're starting for your CAT 2020, you can actually have this sort of a motivation to get into IIM ABC. Because we always love to work with McKinsey, BCG, Bain & Company, Goldman of the world, Deutsche of the world, and Morgan of the world. But then, we actually do not get in there because if at all we make it to the top-notch B schools, you guys will be definitely getting into all these big companies. So guys, it's a fabulous thing. It can act as a great motivation to you. So yeah, definitely. So that's it from my side. If not subscribed to my channel, kindly do subscribe, because I will be uploading a couple of more videos on the same front. Couple of videos about IIM Ahmedabad, and again about the placements of other colleges and all that. I am also conducting live lectures nowadays for for your CAT 2020, and also I'm taking live lectures for the business knowledge, which is when you talk about the profiles and which finance profile you should be going for, consulting and so on and so forth, right? So yeah, stay tuned to my channel and kindly subscribe. Thank you so much.